everyone, and welcome back to our channel today. So glad to see everyone here today. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some things that are very special and precious to me. Now, for those of you who have been on my channel for a while, you know that I have been doing the Swedish death cleaning method of downsizing my house. And in that method, I'm going through getting rid of everything in my house that I don't need and that I can live without, replacing some things with newer things, and just basically eliminating all the stress. Because when I die, I don't want my family to have to come in and go through all this stuff. And I'm finding out now I have a lot of things here that I haven't seen in years and used. So I'm getting rid of a lot of those things. But there are a few things that I'm not going to be getting rid of, no matter how old they are or how outdated, because they have special sentimental meaning to me. And those are the things that I want to share with you today. So I have a bunch of stuff over here on this table. I'm just going to reach over and start getting the things and showing them to you, describing them, telling you what they are, where I got them, and why they have a special meaning to me. And the first thing is this little bar of soap with a flower on it. And on the back, part of it's missing, but it was a heart that said, "I love you," had the letter U. This bar of soap was made for me by my stepson in Bible school one year when he was a little dude. He's all grown up now with children and grandchildren of his own. I've kept it all these years. That's why it's in such bad shape. Because it means a lot to me that he thought enough of me as a stepmom to make this. And I believe he gave it to me on Mother's Day. I never used it. I had it in my dresser drawer for a long time to scent my clothes, but after the scent went away, I just sealed it up in this little bag. And I'll always keep it. Thing I have here is this little rubber duck. It says Munchkin 2007. And by the date on it, you can tell that's how long I've had it, since 2007. And there's two reasons why I'm keeping this. I am a breast cancer survivor, and it is a breast cancer awareness duck. But also, this was the very first thing that I ever ordered online. And I don't even remember which website I got it on. I think somebody advertised it on Facebook, and I saw it and I went on there and I was able to fill it out by myself. And I am not technology savvy, so I'm surprised that I was even able to get it sent to me. But that little duck is going to be with me forever. And the next thing is along the lines of the breast cancer, and it's this little breast cancer awareness bear. Now, this is a bear from Avon. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not on the tag. See if you can see right there on the tag, it says Avon. And it even still has the tag on it. You can see it better on this, of the price that I paid for it. I actually found it at a yard sale for $1 quite a few years ago, and I bought it, and I've kept it ever since. And the next thing is something that my grandmother made. She made a lot of these in her lifetime and gave them to people. She even wore them herself. But it is a necklace made entirely out of black and gold buttons. Here's where she tied it together. Now, I have never wore this necklace. I keep it in this little box right here because it means a lot to me, because my grandmother's hands formed and made that little necklace, and she gave it to me. And the next thing is another necklace. It's not a homemade necklace. It's not a very long necklace. As you can see, it's not very long. And this necklace right here, my little nephew, many, many years ago, my sister probably doesn't even remember this, and I doubt if he does. His name is Roy Jr. They were having some kind of a contest at school where they were selling jewelry. And I bought this necklace off of him. This necklace has been a very favorite of mine to wear. It's like my go-to necklace for everything. When I can't find a necklace that I think will go with it, this is the one that I usually end up getting. I think I paid $20 for it. It's not tarnished or anything. It's not real gold, I know that. But it's never turned green or anything. But it's very special to me because I bought it from my nephew to help him win a prize or something in his school. And this next thing is another thing that reminds me from my grandmother. And it's this little fabric chair. The lid raises up so that you could put it in your bathroom, put cotton balls. You could set it in your bedroom vanity and put makeup in it, makeup wipes, sponges, whatever you wanted on it. And I also have this little bear that sits on it that I got from my grandma. And the reason this little chair is special to me, every year when my grandma was alive, during the month of September around Labor Day, I would request 2 extra days off, Friday and Tuesday. And that way I had a 5-day weekend, and I would go down and spend that time with my grandmother. And we would go to yard sales, and we would always do some kind of a craft. This is the craft that we did that particular year. She had lots and lots of craft books. We would look through them together and find one that we thought we could make together. We would cut out the pieces and sew it. This was basically, well, I mean, these parts here were probably sewed on her sewing machine, but I can see right back here and up here where it was hand stitched. And I keep it because it reminds me of the good times that I had spending together with my grandmother on Labor Day. And this next thing here I think this was a gift from my sister. I'm not sure. And you can tell it's pretty well worn out. I've had it for quite some time. It's a little porcelain chair, and it opens up, and inside is a little kitty cat that can sit in the chair. And I think my sister Diane gave me this for Christmas one year. I'm not even sure. I keep the cat inside of there just to protect him because I don't want him to get broke. But you can tell it's been through a lot. Now these next 2 items, I'm going to show them to you together because they kind of go together. My mother, she used to take a ceramic class with a lady from her church. And she made all kinds of tiny little ceramic things and gave them to us for our birthday and Christmas and stuff like that. These were 2 little ceramic items that my mama made. A kitty cat and a little bunny rabbit. And as you can tell, he's got a little chip right there. And there's a little chip on his ear right here. He's been banged around quite a bit because I've taken him with me every place that I've moved. I was looking to see if she wrote her name on the bottom, because she usually did write her name and the year that she made it. But my mama made these with her own hands and gave them to me probably for a birthday. So those mean a lot to me. Now, once again, we have some more things that remind me of my grandmother. And this ceramic coffee pot that says, Paul, your coffee's ready. It's got a picture of an outhouse where Paul is and Grandma with her head out the window hollering. I actually have two of them. They have the same writing on them, but different photographs. Now, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I keep these because they remind me that in the morning at breakfast time, after they had got through eating, my grandma and grandpa would sit around the kitchen table and drink their coffee out of these two cups while they talked about the day and the things that they were going to do. I have eaten soup out of these, and I think I probably drank tea and hot cocoa and stuff out of them. But for the most part, I don't use them. They stay up in my cabinet. Both of them were made in Japan. But it just means a lot to me because when I hold them, I know that my grandparents also were touching them. This item here that I'm going to show you was given to me by my sister, Charlotte, one of my younger sisters. And I will take it out of the box and show it to you. She found it at a yard sale, or it's already playing. A yard sale or an estate sale somewhere. And it's a little sewing machine. Can you see the pedal going up and down? And if you look close, you'll see the needle on the sewing machine goes up and down too. It's very slow. This drawer right here, the little drawer actually comes out. There is a pair of scissors and a little plaque and then a piece of fabric underneath it. This reminds me of my grandmother because I learned how to sew on a treadle sewing machine. Just like this. My grandmother taught me how to sew on one of these. I thought maybe you might could see the needle. The needle does go up and down. It's not wanting to do it now. But it reminds me of the times that I spent making Barbie doll clothes and just sewing tiny little aprons and napkins and whatever my grandmother wanted to teach me on her little treadle sewing machine. And you see the needle going up and down now? See the wheel turning? So it actually moves. But my sister found that somewhere at a yard sale or something, an estate sale or whatever. And she gave it to me. So it will always be with me because it reminds me of my grandmother. And all the fun times I spent down there making crafts with her during the summer. Now the next item that I'm going to show you is a memory from my mom. My mama was a quilter. A lot of you know that. And one thing that she was going to do before she passed away was make quilts for all of her kids and all of her grandkids. Now, I don't know if she ever finished that, if she accomplished that goal. Some of us did get quilts. Others may not have. I did get a quilt from her. And this is it. Now, it's not a full-size quilt. It's more like a lap pad or a baby bed quilt, but she put a kitty cat on it. She hand-pieced and stitched all. These are not sewed on a sewing machine. I don't know if you'll be able to see the stitching on this or not. She hand-stitched every single one of those little pieces to that kitty cat on this quilt. And then she found a piece of fabric that had cats on it that she put in the middle and around the edges. And then she would take it to a lady there that would machine quilt them. And you can see on the back the stitching of the machine quilting. But all this work on the front was done by my mama's hands. And I use this quilt on a chair that I have in my sewing room, one that I sit on to sew. I have this draped across the back, and that's where it'll be until the day that I die. Now this next thing is a cat-related item, and it's also from my sister Charlotte, the one who gave me the sewing machine. And I think that I have showed this on my channel before. But it's this pillow of sorts with a kitty cat on it. Here's the back. Now I've got it folded up in a pillow because that's how you can use it. But you can also reach in here and pull it out, and it becomes a blanket with a cat picture on it. Let me show you down here. Well, actually, when you turn it, when you take it apart like that, the cat picture disappears because the brown material comes up. It's green on one side, which is my favorite color. And I don't know where she found this at, probably a yard sale or something, but she knew that I liked cats. And I'm hoping that I can get the pattern off it to make one myself. I like it because in the wintertime, if I wanted to, which I haven't done it, you can sit in the chair, and if you get cold, you can put your feet down in this pillow part right here, keep them warm. Next item is a photograph, and I hope I can show it to you without a lot of glare on it. It was taken during family reunion one year when we were all there with my grandfather and my Uncle Frank in it, who have both passed away, and I'm in the middle. And what I did was, I took the photograph and I had it enlarged to an 8 by 10. Then I bought this frame and framed us, the three of us together in it. And it sits in my living room on top of my bookcase. Now the next item I'm going to show you is a cat-related item. At one time I really liked cats a lot. I still like them, but I prefer dogs now. But I used to raise Siamese cats, and I had cats all around me. I had cats in my kitchen at one time. I had cat curtains and cat plates, forks, spoons, dish towels. Everything was cats. But my mama got this for me, and she ordered it through a catalog. It's a lamp with cats on the shade and a chair with kitty cats playing all around the chair. Down below on the chair there is yarn where somebody's knitting, and then there's a book and a box of cat food on this side. And at one time it had 3 little ceramic cats that you could hang up here, but they've all since fell off and got broken to the point where they won't hang back up on here. But my mama got me this one year for my birthday, and I treasure it because it was from my mama. Now this next thing is another cat item, and it's also was a gift from my mama. My mom lived, at one time she lived in town, within walking distance of all the stores, the dime store. There was a store there called Fred's. And she used to walk to it quite frequently and buy things and get gifts for us kids for our birthdays and Christmas and the grandkids and the kids that she babysitted. And I'm not sure where she got this at. I don't know if she found it at a yard sale or if she picked it up at one of the stores. But she gave it to me one year for Christmas. And it's kitty cats stacked up with a star on top like a Christmas tree. And they're all decked out in garland, Christmas garland. It's real heavy. It's made out of Paris. What's that stuff called? plaster of Paris. That's what it's made out of and painted. My mama didn't paint it. She just bought it like that. But she gave it to me because she knew that I liked cats. Next item, I think that I may have showed this on my channel before, but I'm going to show it again because it's something that I treasure. This was given to me by a co-worker at the last factory that I worked at. One day we were talking about the show, Gilligan's Island, and different episodes. And the very next day, she came in and handed me this. SS Cookie Hut. And it's a cookie jar, and it plays the theme from Gilligan's Island. Right now, the batteries is run down in it. But I keep dog treats in it right now for the girls. And it sits by the back door. So when they go out and do their potty and they come in, they get a treat from the SS Cookie Hut from Gilligan's Island. Now, my grandmother had this thing where whenever somebody in her family would pass away, she wanted to give something that belonged to that person to anybody who wanted to take it. And my Uncle Frank passed away, and she wanted me to have something that belonged to my Uncle Frank. So this is what she came up with. And it's a set of salt and pepper shakers. One of them has a yellow barn, and one of them has a red barn, and there's sheeps. You can tell by the top, it's pretty well worn out. I have never used them. I've never put salt and pepper in them. I just have them because they were my Uncle Frank's, and my grandmother wanted me to have them. So that's why I've hung on to them all these years. And they will be with me until the day that I die. So that's all I have for you today. I'm so glad you came to visit with us today and to see my treasures that I have. I really enjoyed showing them to you and sharing special memories of my life with you. And I just want to say, y'all come back and see us any old time. Bye for this one.